There's strong evidence and weak evidence. So let's take a simple example.
Mm-hmm.
What is the molecule that is responsible for inheritance? At the beginning of the 20th century, everybody thought it was some kind of protein because proteins were doing everything else in the cell. Nobody thought it was nucleic acid, DNA, or RNA, because nucleic acids were too simple. They're composed of only a few components. Then in the 1940s, a guy named Oswald Avery did some experiments where he showed that some inherited characteristics are tied to the DNA, not to proteins. And people said, that's impossible. How could that be? But that was some evidence for DNA as the genetic material, but it was weak evidence because it didn't have a good explanation. He got it from chemical experiments. People thought, well, it's an artifact. There must have been a protein in there. And then in 1953, a few years later, Watson and Crick came up with the double helix, and that was proof. Well, no, it wasn't proof. That was strong evidence that the DNA is the genetic material. Why do I say it isn't proof? Because whenever you find something that you absolutely believe is true in science, you still know that further research could change it. Proof doesn't work that way. If you prove something in mathematics, it's almost impossible to change that with further work.